This song that I'm going to share, I wrote inspired by a book that some of the people in this room had a lot to do with. Reverend Dr. Liz Theo Harris, the editor of this, We Cry Justice, and some of you here with contributions. I come to you today most connected to JVP Rhode Island, where I was just as recently as this afternoon doing some song leading. But some of the lineage that I stand on is the Poor People's Campaign, specifically because of what was spoken earlier just a few moments ago about what does it mean for people to be welcomed in through art, through beauty, through expressions of yearning that go beyond just the words, the images, and of course the melodies and the harmonies. And the Poor People's Campaign moved my heart in that way, and I was motivated to be a part of that years ago when I was living in Texas. But this song comes from a chapter specifically called The Mixed Multitude, written by Dan Jones. I highly recommend you picking this book up if you're curious. I'm going to read some of the reflections that Daniel Jones offers here and just briefly summarize that it's a teaching, a midrash, an interpretation of the Exodus story, pointing to a little, an often overlooked part of the story, that it wasn't just the Hebrews who fled. There were actually many people who went with them, so to speak. And this mixed multitude is the teaching that Daniel Jones is lifting up here. And I'll offer you the reflections that he offers at the end of this chapter. What mixed multitude are you grateful for? And what mixed multitude do you hope for? There's also a blessing here that at the end it says, let us get there together. And that is one of the lines of this song. We get there together or we never get there at all. This song was inspired by that chapter in the Mixed Multitude, and also alongside it, an Aurora Levins Morales poem, Red Sea, that I first encountered at a multi-faith Seder back in 2018 that JVP, and if not now, had co-hosted with some Palestinian groups in Austin, Texas. And that poem also challenges us to say, what happens if this time we all cross together? Maybe that's actually the only way that things are going to move us forward and get out of this cycle of violence. My grandmother survived many camps as a teenager. My father was born in Germany in 1947, and his father only survived by fleeing on the Kinder transport. And I say not in my name. Not in my name. I honestly don't know what my grandmother would have said in this time. She probably was Zionist. But I know in the heart of hearts, as her memory lives in me now, as she's passed, that this isn't what she would want. Not from what I know of her story. This isn't what she needed. This isn't justice. Not in our name. This song, No One's Getting Left Behind This Time, goes like this. No one is getting left behind this time. No one is getting left behind, not this time. No one is getting left behind this time. We get there together or never get there at all. We get there together or never get there at all. We get there together or never get there at all. No one is getting left behind this time. No, 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 no one is getting left behind. Not this time. No one is getting left behind this time. We get there together or never get there at all. We get there together or never get there at all. We get there together or never get there at all. Well, no one is getting left behind this time. No, 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 no one is getting left behind. Not this time. No one is getting left behind this time. We get there together or never get there at all. We get there together or never get there at all. We get there together or never get there at all. We get there together or never get there at all. We get there together or never get there at all. And no one is getting left behind this time. No, 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 no one is getting left behind. Not this time. No one is getting left